Did you know that while a glass of wine can be seen as a celebration of life, for many alcohol hides a dark side that can destroy lives? What begins as a simple toast on a special occasion can gradually turn into a silent and devastating struggle against addiction. Alcohol, so present in our culture, is often viewed lightly, but behind this harmless appearance hides an addiction capable of consuming both the body and the mind relentlessly. When we think of alcohol, it is almost automatic to imagine scenes of celebration, happy moments shared between friends and family. Since time immemorial, alcohol has been associated with celebrations, religious rituals, and social events of various natures. However, we rarely discuss the risks that come with its consumption, especially when this consumption goes beyond control. Alcoholism is a multifaceted problem that transcends barriers of age, gender, social status, and even culture. Its insidious nature means that the signs of addiction often go unnoticed until it is too late for easy intervention. Alcohol addiction does not develop overnight. In many cases, alcohol is initially used as a tool to relieve stress, to escape daily pressures, or simply as a social facilitator. At first, a glass of wine at the end of a tiring day, a beer at a Sunday barbecue, or even a cocktail at a party may seem harmless, but little by little, occasional consumption can turn into a constant habit and eventually a need. When the body and mind begin to crave more, the individual may already be trapped in an invisible trap. It is essential to understand that alcohol, even in quantities considered safe, can be harmful. Although it is a socially accepted substance and, in many cases, even encouraged on certain occasions, regular alcohol consumption can have devastating effects over time. The human body was not designed to handle large amounts of alcohol on a constant basis. Repeated exposure to alcohol can lead to a range of health problems, many of which are irreversible. Alcohol is essentially a toxin, and when consumed in excess, it can overwhelm the body in ways that can lead to serious and, in many cases, permanent damage. When alcohol is ingested, it quickly enters the bloodstream, beginning to affect virtually every organ in the body. The liver, which is responsible for processing and eliminating toxins, is the organ most affected. Each time the liver processes alcohol, a small amount of liver tissue is destroyed. Over time, this cumulative damage can lead to cirrhosis of the liver, a very serious and irreversible condition that severely compromises the liver's ability to function properly. Cirrhosis is not just an uncomfortable condition. It is a potentially fatal disease that may require a liver transplant to save the patient's life. In addition to the liver, the heart also suffers from excessive alcohol consumption. Alcohol can cause hypertension, a condition that forces the heart to work harder to pump blood throughout the body. This significantly increases the risk of developing heart disease, arrhythmias, and even heart attacks. Furthermore, excessive alcohol consumption is associated with a condition known as alcoholic cardiomyopathy, where the heart muscle weakens and cannot pump blood efficiently. This type of damage can be irreversible and, in severe cases, can lead to death. Another organ that suffers profoundly from the effects of alcohol is the brain. The central nervous system is directly impacted by regular alcohol consumption, and the consequences can be devastating. Problems with memory, coordination, and judgment are common among those who consume alcohol excessively. In more severe cases, alcoholism can lead to alcoholic dementia, a condition where cognitive function is severely impaired. This form of dementia not only affects memory, but also behavior, making it difficult for the person to perform daily tasks and maintain social and family relationships. The damage caused by alcohol goes beyond the physical aspects, profoundly affecting mental health and social interactions. Depression, for example, is one of the most common psychological consequences of alcoholism. Paradoxically, alcohol is often used as a form of self-medication for depression, but in a vicious cycle, it ends up exacerbating the condition. Alcohol interferes with neurotransmitters in the brain, leading to a downward spiral where drinking worsens depression, which in turn drives further drinking. Anxiety is another condition that is often worsened by alcohol consumption. Although alcohol can initially help relieve depression, it can also be a major cause of depression. While alcoholism may seem like a solution to anxiety, it alters brain chemistry in ways that can intensify feelings of anxiety in the long term. This cycle is particularly dangerous because the person ends up drinking more to try to alleviate anxiety, but ends up feeling even more anxious when the effects of the alcohol wear off, leading to more drinking and worsening the addiction. The social impact of alcoholism is profound and devastating. For many, alcohol addiction leads to job loss, financial hardship, and the breakdown of family and friendships. Alcoholism affects not only the individual, but also those around them. Families are destroyed, friendships fall apart, and the person finds themselves increasingly isolated as alcohol becomes the center of their life. Responsibilities are neglected, and social and professional lives often crumble under the weight of addiction. However, for those struggling with alcoholism, it is crucial to know that recovery is possible. The road to recovery can seem impossible, especially when one is in the throes of addiction, but there are resources and strategies available that can help. The first and perhaps most difficult step is to acknowledge that there is a problem. This can be especially challenging as alcohol can cloud judgment and create powerful denial. However, once the problem is acknowledged, it is possible to take concrete steps to overcome it. Support groups such as Alcoholics Anonymous have helped millions of people around the world overcome alcoholism. These groups provide a safe and supportive environment where people can share their experiences and learn from each other's struggles and successes. Individual therapy can also be extremely helpful, especially in addressing the underlying causes of addiction, such as trauma or mental health issues. Cognitive behavioral therapy, for example, is an effective approach to helping individuals identify and change the thought and behavior patterns that contribute to alcoholism. In more severe cases, where the addiction is deep and persistent, rehabilitation clinics may be necessary. These clinics provide a structured environment supervised by health professionals who help people detox their bodies and begin the process of recovery. In addition, intensive psychological support and medical monitoring are provided to ensure that the person receives the best possible care during this critical phase. Rehabilitation may include a combination of medical detox, psychological therapy, and group support, all with the goal of helping the person get their life back on track. Social reintegration after rehabilitation is also a crucial aspect of recovery. People who have overcome alcoholism often face challenges as they try to return to everyday life. Social stigma, the pressure to avoid triggers for drinking, and the need to rebuild family and work relationships can be significant obstacles. However, with the right support, it is possible to rebuild your life and find new ways to live without alcohol. If you or someone you know is struggling with alcoholism, know that there is hope. Recovery can be a long and challenging road, but it is completely possible. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Recognizing that you need help is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. You are not alone in this struggle, and there are many people and resources available to help you overcome addiction and get your life back on track. Alcohol can have a dark side, but with awareness, support, and determination, it is possible to bring light back into the lives of those who suffer from this addiction. If this article helped you in any way, please consider sharing this message with someone who may need to hear it. Sometimes a word of encouragement or information can make all the difference in someone's life. And finally, remember the importance of staying informed and always seeking physical and mental well-being. Alcohol does not have to be the center of your life, and there are many other ways to celebrate, relax, and live a full and healthy life. If you have questions, always seek the advice of a health professional, and never underestimate the power of information and emotional support in combating alcoholism. This video is an attempt to illuminate the dangers of alcoholism and to offer hope to those who may be struggling with this condition. If you or someone you know is facing this challenge, know that recovery is possible and that help is available. Don't give up. Alcohol can have a dark side, but with awareness and help, it is possible to bring light back into the lives of those who suffer from this addiction. If this video helped you in any way, share it with someone who may need to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on health and well-being, and comment on your opinions or personal experiences on the topic.